Welcome to Kano TV. It is I, your favorite Mexican guy. Can I get a hello? First and foremost, thank you very much for tuning in every single week. Thank you for the followers. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you for your time, first and foremost. You can be anywhere in the world right now. You can be tuning into anything in the world, but you chose to be here with your favorite Mexican guy. So first and foremost, before we get into episode number Trey, I just want to say thank you again for your time. So, as I left off in the last episode, I was in the Inland Empire, Ontario. I got a girl pregnant. I now have a son. Things went south as I stated. I ended up moving out of the IE to the OC, baby. Yeah, I moved all the way to Orange County. I went to go stay with what we call in the Mexican community, a Nino and a Nina, in layman's term, a godfather and a godmother. So I moved out to Orange County in hopes to make my life better. Honestly, looking back, that was probably one of my worst decisions I ever made. Thank you to my family that gave me a place to stay, but that's exactly where everything went completely downhill. So when it went from south, I don't know how much more south I could have went, but we'll get into that story right now. So I moved out to Orange County, hopefully to make my life better, as I stated. Lived in a garage in the back of my Nino and Nina spot. It was at that point that the relationship that I had with my ex was completely over now at this point. It was at this point that my son was no longer a part of my life. That's when my life went completely downhill. I ended up running into these cool guys that I thought were the most awesome people in the world. A cool little crew called DNS, and I think it was called Drunk and Stoned. Yeah, I think I was like 23, 24. These fellas lived around the corner from my aunt and uncle's house, and they smoked a lot of pot. They drank a lot of alcohol. They did a lot of partying. They did a lot of those particular things that I thought were very enjoyable as a young man. Always had a lot of the ladies around, so I thought it was cool, you know? I'm just out of a relationship. I'm single, ready to mingle, and again, getting back to ADHD and me having an addictive personality, that was very easy for me to fall into. The partying, the drugs, the alcohol. So that's why I really started getting into the alcohol, really getting into the weed smoking, was when I came to Orange County. So when I left the IE, I wasn't a weed smoker in any way, shape, or form. I had stopped doing those things. I wasn't smoking any weed because I was too busy being a father and trying to do the right thing. When I went to the OC, as I stated, I lost everything. I gave two shits about my own damn life and anything and everything around it. So I fell into things that would make me supposedly happy. So that was me running around with these fellas, getting high and drunk and talking to ladies and partying every single night. Yeah, I thought that was fun. But that came, I ended up finding a cool job in OC working at a company called Airborne Express. Airborne Express was pretty dope. It was a delivery service, kind of like what Amazon is today or FedEx is today. Delivering stuff and whatnot. I met a really cool guy by the name of OCL. Shout out to my boy OCL. If you are watching this, man, I love you. And I hope to God, and I'm praying for you, that your life is great and that you have done a 360 with your life as well. I met a guy by the name of OCL in Orange County, man. Really good guy. And we were really good friends. I met him at Airborne Express, and we ended up hanging out, drinking a lot, partying a lot, having a lot of good times together. My personal opinion, well, the downfall of Mr. Kano really started. So at this point, I was already an alcoholic. I drank every single day before I met this guy. Every single day. An abundance of alcohol, an abundance of weed smoke. There was probably not a second of my life that I was not inebriated in some way, shape, or form. So when I met this guy, we'd go hit a bar every day across the street from our work, which was called Jimmy's. We'd go sit and play some pool, smoke some weed, drink up, smoke up, just, you know, pass time by drinking, which at that time I thought was one of the funnest things in the world, you know? Now that I look back, all we were really doing was drowning our sorrows, running away from whatever problems that were in front of us. Instead of facing them, we drowned our problems every day with alcohol and drugs. But getting on with this story, particular night we had given a ride to an individual, and I believe this individual had left some methamphetamines inside of the car. In the Inland Empire where I grew up at, that was never around me. I never had that in my life. It was never put in front of me. I never had any of my friends that did those things. I was never exposed to methamphetamine. I was never exposed to any of those particular type of drugs in the Inland Empire. It took me to go to Orange County for this to be introduced to me. And as much as this gentleman did not want to offer it to me, and again, I really go back to the ADHD thing, and again, I don't blame it, but I believe it causes addictive personality, addictive traits. When it was offered to me, many times he told me, no, I'm not giving this to you, man. I don't even know why you're even thinking about doing this. You can't do this. And I don't blame this individual. I'm a grown person. Every individual makes their own choices. And when it was there and accessible to me, whatever reason I wanted to be cool or whatever, I did it. And I got addicted to it. I got addicted to meth like that, man. And the thing that I was really liked was that all of a sudden I went from being drunk to sober, and man, I could do anything. I thought, fuck, this is fucking, I'm Superman, man, I can do anything. Not to mention the ladies at that time loved it. So I mean, you could have some methamphetamines on you and offer it to a shorty that's a 10 and be, laced up with her for the night. You know what I mean? And at that point, it was all cool, fun and games, man. I had all the pretty ladies around me, you know what I mean? I thought I was living life. Yeah, I was living life until about 2 months into it, when the same individuals looked like skeletons, talking to themselves, talking to walls, looking through windows. And then there was a couple of times that your boy Kano honestly died from it. I know I'm here talking to you. I didn't go to no hospital or nothing of that nature, but I remember 2 instances, and I'll tell them real briefly. I was on my way to a friend's house, driving on the freeway. We would be sitting inside of the bathroom for hours, hitting what we call a pookie. I remember jumping in the car to go drive to somebody else's home, and I had a straight panic attack. I remember my heart stopped, man. Everything going black. And then I remember getting to this particular person's spot and me coming back through. You thought that would have scared me enough to stop, It did not. Here's the second one, and here's when I stopped doing meth. Here was the one that really stopped me. So, throughout the time that I did it, I don't know how long I was addicted to it. I'd say maybe about a year, if that. Thank the Lord I was able to stop. He gave me the strength to quit. It was a time I was chilling at somebody's home. We had all gotten big old 8 balls of some meth, and we were smoking in the bathroom, man. Like chimneys, I remember feeling very afraid, telling the people that I was with, that were my so-called friends, the people that so-called loved me. I remember coming out of the bathroom because I couldn't breathe. I remember sitting down on the couch, and I remember that this guy that I'm speaking of was there with me. Friend, OCL, Again, I love this guy still to this day. No hard feelings ever. I made those choices. Came out and I sat on the couch, and I had a feeling I was like low-key gonna die, yo. And I know that you might look at me like I'm crazy, whatever. Believe what you want. Everything went black. I remember the time frame being early in the evening. I don't remember anything. I don't remember anybody checking up on me. I remember somehow, some way, this is what happened, reenactment. And I'm looking around the room, and I look down at my watch, and I think it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's still fucked up. There's some people that are asleep. There's some people that are awake, still hitting the pookie. There's some people that are drinking. There's a couple people playing some cards still. And I recognized that not one fucking person throughout that time came to check on me. I sat there. I felt like somebody had hit me with a baseball bat. I was waiting for somebody to come check on me. Somebody. I had 2 40s of Mickey's inside of the refrigerator, so I walked and I grabbed one. Try to make my head right. I was spinning like 100 miles per hour. I ended up drinking this first 40, watching everybody, waiting for somebody to say something to me. I walked in the bathroom that day. Ended up tossing all that fucking meth in the toilet, broke the pipe, left it in there, nobody saw me. Went sat back down, still nobody talked to me. Went and drank the second 40 because now my head wasn't spinning so much. And my home that I lived at, which was a garage in the back of my aunt and uncle's home, was probably about a good 2.5 miles away, maybe 3 down the street. And I was driving my car at the time, so I figured if I can get my head right, I can drive home. I accomplished drinking the second 40. My head feels a little bit right. My vision is actually good. I jump in my car, I drive home. That essentially was the last time that I dabbled into meth on a heavy basis. I will be honest, because I'm not a liar. I believe that I did it once or twice after that. And the 2 times that I did, it wasn't with anybody. It was because I came across it on my own and like an idiot. I tried it and I felt so stupid and so resentful and remorseful and so sad that I did it. And after that second time, I promised myself, I prayed, and I never ever did it again. I thank the Lord, the strength that was given to me to quit that, because I know a lot of people still today that are still on methamphetamines that are fighting that battle on a day-to-day basis. I know a particular individual, I'm not going to use your name, but I know you're going through it, and I hope to God that you watch this, and I hope to God that you know. I was on meth, man. I was doing it right with you. I was probably with you when you were doing it. I woke up, I prayed, I fought, I tried. And you're gonna fail. I failed many times. I failed many times. But I kept getting up and I kept trying. And if you're watching this and you're going through it, and you're stuck on that shit that's gonna fucking kill you and rot you from the inside out, know that if the Mexican guy can do it, I promise you can do that. I know, man, it holds on to you, and it's something that people don't comprehend. If you're not an addict, you will never understand what it is to be an addict. You can go to school, you can read all the books that you want. No matter how much education you have, unless you have gone through it, you will never comprehend the full spectrum of what it is to be an addict and what an addict goes through. I promise you, an addict don't get up in the morning and say, hey, I want to be an addict. I want to fuck my life up. I can't wait to fuck my life up today. I can't wait to ruin my family's life. I can't wait to ruin the people that love me. I can't wait to ruin all of their lives. I can't wait to have people look at me in a disgusting mannerism. They can't trust you. They can't even look at you in the face. Yeah. I don't think an addict wakes up every morning thinking that and hoping that let that shit go right now today. I want you to do me a favor. Let's go grab your family. If you're going through it right now and you're watching this, I'm being dead serious. Why don't you go grab somebody that loves you right now. Go grab them. Tell them that you have a problem. Tell them that you need help. Tell them that you're screaming for help. I don't care who it is that you ask for help. I promise if you genuinely ask somebody for help, forgiveness, and you genuinely want to help yourself, I guarantee everything else will fall into place. I know that's one of the biggest things that I was always afraid of. If I freaking give this stuff up, who's gonna be there? Who's gonna help me? No one loves me. Nobody cares about me. Nobody's gonna ever help me. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a nobody. I'll never be anything. Well, motherfucker, I was lying to myself. Because I'm standing in front of this camera today telling you, I am a somebody. I love myself to the fullest. God loves me. My wife loved me. My family loved me. People love you and care about you. And they genuinely just want to see you have a better life and be happy. Because there's a happier and better life out there. I'm your favorite Mexican guy. I thank you very much for tuning in. I hope that this touched and impacted somebody today. If you ever need any help, all you gotta do is jump in the DM, jump in the comments. I'll personally give you a call. I'll personally FaceTime with you. I'll personally go do whatever it is that needs to be done to help you get through whatever it is that you're going through. I know what it is to go through it. I still go through it. I still think these thoughts. I still think about these bad things every single day. An addict always goes through it. So again, thank you for your time. This is Kano TV, and you know the deal, man. Tell your mommy, your daddy, your uncle, your brother, your cousin, your sister, your side chick, everybody that you know, hit that subscribe button at the bottom, and thank you very much for your time. Your favorite Mexican guy loves you. Kano out. Bam! Can I get a hello? Is I your favorite Mexican guy? And we have a winner for that Monarch glass. We got a winner for that Monarch glass. All you had to do was subscribe to Kano TV, tag 3 people, hit that repost button, and follow Monarch glass. Somebody did that the right way. I want to say thank you and appreciate you guys. Our winner today is going to be Isabel, ISSABELL_. You are my winner. Make sure you jump in my DM so that I can get you this pretty Monarch glass. And don't worry, if you didn't win this time, I got plenty more of Monarch glass to give away. Shout outs to everybody tuning in to Kano TV. It is I, your favorite Mexican guy. I'm out.